It's my 2018 Mazda 3 GT hatch. Pretty much stock. Just wanted to go over it with you guys. Just done a couple things to it, but all body, the whole body, all the exterior, like visual cosmetic stuff is just kept stock. So nothing special on the outside, but it's been fun. This is kind of what's been helping me learn about cars. Like I said, I do all the maintenance myself. Changed out the brake pads and rotors on the back because apparently if you leave the emergency brake on, then it kind of like leaves imprints on there, and then things starts to wear out the brake pads a lot faster. So I had to change those out. The front ones were good, but yeah, everything in here is just all stock. Nothing, nothing special. I didn't change out anything. Um, but what I did change out is just kind of in here. Obviously, there's one thing that sticks out more than anything. Let's see. So yeah, let me put this up. So obviously, this new intake tube, basically it's not that accordion style, so it just makes airflow a little bit smoother, less turbulent. Just gotta drop an air filter in here. See if I can get it out real quick. So hopefully you can see it in there. It's nice. It's the dry one. You just clean it out when it gets dirty and let it dry. So makes the airflow a little faster, a little less restricted. So I did those. Changed out the spark plugs to the actually the GTR spark plugs. So just in here. It's been fun. I mean, it's nice to know I can do a couple things without having to go to a mechanic to get a tune-up or whatever, right? And I also changed the thermostat. It's like way back down in here. Had to take out the air box. Had to take out off this. Change out the thermostat. Change the coolant. Cleaned the throttle body while I was doing it. So it's been fun. Just try to get to know cars, know how to do a couple things, some maintenance, help things run better. So when I get the upgrade, when I get the Mustang, it's going to be, good for me to be able to work on that one too, because all the maintenance and everything is going to be a little more expensive on that one than the Mazda. So actually, underneath here, under the seat, there's a. Let's see if I can see it. Yeah, you can barely see it, but there's a fuel control module in there. I changed out switched out the fuel pump. So that's basically it. But just want to get a little bit more airflow, right? So I took off this. There's like a piece of plastic that blocked everything because there it comes into here. And so you got this big sill right here too, right? Just goes over the top. You can kind of see with the line. So it blocks off the engine so you don't get any of the hot air from the engine, but all the air comes up through these little holes. And so these were all covered. just this was exposed, and so it would just pull air up into the intake that way. So uncovering those holes just gives a little bit more, a little less restriction, a little easier to get air into the intake. So I don't know if it really helps, but it, in theory, it's supposed to give you more air, a little bit more horsepower, a little bit less restriction, right? Engine works a little bit more efficient. So everything else stock, I wanted to do some upgrades to the exhaust, obviously. See if you can hear it. So yeah, this car is what's been getting me into modding a little bit. I did put a tune on it. So if you're a little Mazda fanboy, then you know probably heard of Justin Freeman with the Mazda sauce or sauce tune, or yeah, I did work with him to get this tuned as well. So honestly, that's probably helped the most with like horsepower. Can't really do a lot of horsepower on these ones unless you know do some forced induction, um, whether that be turbo or supercharger. They do both on these. So, but for what it is, like if you don't want to spend a ton of money, these mods that I did, like the thermostat, the fuel pump, fuel control module, um, but more specifically the tune, right? A little intake tube and everything, but tune's really what gives it the power. So I'm sure I could get out maybe a little bit more if I put on an exhaust. Uh, the intake body, like housing and everything itself, is actually pretty good on the Mazdas from what everybody says, and so I didn't change that out. There's no reason to unless you go like turbocharger or supercharger. Um, but yeah, man, this car's been fun. It's got 90,000 miles on it, basically zero issues. Been able to work on it, learn about cars. It's helped me do a lot. And honestly, like it's fun. Like when I do upgrade, I'm gonna miss it a little bit, just because maybe it's been in my life so long, or I don't know, but it's been nice. Yeah, I'll just turn around and just so you can kind of see right here, because even putting in that drop-in air filter, it does make the engine a little bit louder. Like you can definitely hear the engine more than you can when it's just everything stock. So don't do this a lot, but you know, just so you can hear it. So it's a little more fun than I'd say just a regular like commuter car, even though it is a commuter car. But like I said, I'm gonna miss it a little bit. I'm just ready for something a little with more power. Can't really do anything else to this unless I want to really spend money and change out and like the internals on the engine and go with the turbo or something. And you know, that's just I'd rather spend money on something else than this car. This car is a commuter. It's what it is. It helps. It's good on gas mileage. It you know, no maintenance, no stress, no nothing. Not as many smiles either, but you know, it's still fun.